Stop looking for a side hustle and do this instead. Hello everybody, I'm Tim. Welcome to the Trailer Trash Tim channel. It is Tuesday, August the 22nd. It's about 6:30 in the morning, my favorite time of day, early morning here in Alabama. I'm down deep in my little woodsy retreat on my property, and I've been waiting for the sun to come up just so I could shoot a video, have a little light to shoot a video. Right next to me up in the tree is Kiki. Can you see her? She came down here with me and she climbed a tree. There she is. I'm waiting for her to do something. She got up there. Honey, you got up there. How you going to get down? A little bit of housekeeping. It's real exciting. We're very close to 2,000 subscribers. You might be the one who puts us right over 2,000. So if you would subscribe to the channel down below, I would greatly appreciate that. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. I'm going to be putting some more links down into the channel. Here she comes. Into the bear with me. She's crazy. I'm going to be putting some links down below for like buy me a coffee if you want to buy me some coffee. A lot of you have been doing that. I really appreciate it. That's wonderful. I'm also working to get some Patreon page established. I'm having to muddle through that, but I'll work through it. And when I get it ready, I'll let you know. Also, I want you to know that Trailer Trash Tim is now on, I started to say Twitter, now it's X. If you're on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, you can look me up. It's at Trailer Trash Tim, and that's where I am. So look me up and follow me if you want to. Well, have some fun over there. Okay, now then, a lot of people out there are looking for side hustles. A side hustle. Let me have a little coffee that somebody bought me. If you go and look on YouTube, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of videos about side hustles. If you want to make extra cash or whatever, try this for a side hustle. And I've done several of them. Now, I've got a job, keeps me pretty busy, and I like my job. I do really well at my job. I make pretty good money at my job. But, you know, at the age of 62, what I want to do is get my mortgage paid off. So I've always thought, well, I'll do a little side hustle, and I'll just take whatever cash I make with that, and I'll put it all on the mortgage and get this place paid off early so I can retire and not have to worry about paying a mortgage. And that's fine. But, you know, the things I've done in the past, 2 or 3 years, I guess, I have done surveys, data entry, all this kind of jazz. Surveys are the pits. You talk about tedious work. It's every one you do, they want you to know your name, your rank, serial number, everything, where you live, what color your skin is, etc. It's just, it'll make your eyes cross. And there's so many of these different type things that really just pay a pittance. You're not going to make any real folding money doing that kind of stuff. But I've got the solution for you today. And I want you to know I'm not selling anything. This is more of a philosophical video that I think is really going to help some of you. So I hope you'll stick with me through the end of the video. Now, I want to talk to you specifically about why you should give up the idea of a side hustle and change your mind, your way of thinking. And instead of thinking about making a few dollars in a side hustle, look at it like this. You may have never heard of this concept before, but it is very important and it's fundamental. And it is the concept of job versus calling. Job versus calling. I believe that every human being has a calling in life. Everybody. Not everybody has a job. People who want to make money have a job, but I believe everybody has a calling. There is a calling on your life that I believe is placed within you by your Creator. I really believe that. In other words, none of us are just put on this planet just to take up space and breathe in oxygen until we go toes up one day. There's a reason every single person that is here is here. Everybody has a calling on their life. And your calling is probably not my calling. Your calling is probably not your next door neighbor's calling. Your calling is unique to you. And I want to talk to you about how to find out what that is and how to turn that into a career or a living. Because, as I say, everybody has a calling, but a lot of people just have a job and they never fulfill their calling. Now, how do I define a calling? A calling is the most, listen closely, folks, this is important, I'm telling you. Your calling is the most important thing you can do in which you would be the most difficult to replace. Got that? Your calling is the most important thing you can do in which you would be the most difficult to replace. Your job is what you do to put food on the table. You know, a lot of people have jobs, but they've never realized their calling, and a lot of people that have jobs are miserable in their jobs, but they have to go to work so they can keep the lights on, right? And so they can keep food on their table. And for a lot of people, that's a miserable existence, and I understand. I've lived that way myself. But the secret is to find your calling, because that's what brings you fulfillment in life. And if you can merge your calling with your job, that's the ticket. You've hit the jackpot. If you can make a living doing what is your calling, that is the ideal situation. And there are people who have managed to do that. I wonder if you have. If you can produce income from your calling, that's what you want to do. And that is why what you need to do is stop focusing, in my opinion, on side hustles and give more attention to what it is you're called to do. What is it you're called to do? It may be something that seems trivial to somebody else. It may seem mundane to somebody else. But if it's in your heart to do it, if it's what you're called to do, if you have a love for it, if you have a passion for it, that's your calling. And if you can turn your calling into in producing income, if you can make your calling your job, that's it. That's what you want to do. So I would say, forget the side hustles and start focusing on your calling. I know you got to pay the bills. I know you got to keep the lights on. I understand that. But if we would focus our energies and our attention on maximizing our calling, finding out what our calling is, and then taking steps to turning our calling into an income, then you'll never work a day in your life, as they say. You'll always be happy, and you'll always feel fulfilled. You'll always be doing what you were called to do. There was a man by the name of Michael Kittredge. And when he was a child, a young fella, he went to his parents' garage and he took some Crayola crayons, red Crayola crayons, and he made a candle. He melted them down and made a candle out of these Crayola crayons. And pretty soon more people wanted him to do this for them, and he just kept making these candles, right? Well, he started a business doing that. People loved how he made candles, and he soon bought a warehouse and started making more candles until he founded a company called the Yankee Candle Company, which sold in 2013 for $1.7 billion. Now, I don't know Michael Kittredge, but I know what he did for a job, but I also know that even as a young man, Michael Kittredge found his calling. His calling was to make candles. Now, that would never occur to me, to make candles. I don't see any fun or joy in making candles, but he sure did. And his passion became his living. His passion became what he wanted to do, and he was able to derive an income from that. I watched a video one time of these two guys in Philadelphia, Pat and Gino, the big cheesesteak wars. And I think it was Pat. I think Pat passed away. But I heard him saying, you know, they had a big rivalry and their businesses were across from each other. It's still there. And Pat I think they were good natured about it, but Pat would say, how's he ever going to beat me? He's never going to outwork me. The guy was there. I don't know when he slept. When he wasn't sleeping, he was at his stand making cheesesteaks. He loved it. That was his calling in life. Now, what is your calling? It might be something quirky, might be something really odd. I don't know what it is. That's for you to find out. But how do you find that out? Well, what is your passion? What do you really enjoy? What do you really want to do in life? If you didn't have to sit at a desk in a cubicle or something, what would you be doing? What are your interests? What are your skills? Or what are your interests, but you don't have any skills, but you could develop your skills? What is in your hand? What talents do you have? What has been placed in your heart? What is it that stokes the fire in you? And you say, man, I would love to do that for a living. Because whatever it is, I'm telling you, if you love doing it, you can be successful at doing it and you can make a living at doing it. You know, I like my job. It's a good job. I wouldn't mind retiring from it, and I plan to one day, but I'm not miserable. I get up every day and I go to work and I enjoy my work. But I did these side hustles for a while, and I finally said, you know what, forget all that. I'm just going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to just start shooting videos, and whatever happens, happens. And that's what I did. And for a few months, I was doing videos basically around RV living, RV life, travel, that kind of thing. And I had, 20 or 30 people watching me. I mean, I was like invisible, but I didn't care. I just said, what the heck, I'm just going to keep doing it. And, whatever happens, happens. And one day I did a video, and I don't know what constitutes a viral video. I saw a video of this guy, Oliver Anthony, that somebody posted that got like 30 million views. I'm thinking that's viral. I posted a video a couple of weeks ago that got, it was about 3 weeks ago, that got 27,000 views. For me, that's viral. I don't know if it is or not, but for me it was, and that just really caused my channel to, it gave it a real kickstart, and I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. There are people who are tuning in, watching me just to listen to me ramble, and hey, that's great. That's fantastic. Thank you. If you just need somebody to keep you company, here I am. But I want to provide some valuable content for you and give you some things to think about, and I hope you'll think about this today, to forget the side hustles and find out what it is deep down inside here that stokes your fires, something you really look forward to doing. If you got a job that you hate getting out of bed and going to it every morning, but if it's something you love, if it's your passion, if it's your drive, if it's your desire, man, you look forward to getting up in the morning so you can get back and attending to your calling. And the key is, the trick is to turn your calling into a living. It might be a hobby that you can turn into a living. All you got to do is Google, and I did this last night, and you'd be amazed at the people, the men and the women who had a passion for something in particular. It was a hobby, but they turned it into a living because they gave it their full attention. And I'm telling you, it is wise to invest in yourself. Spend time investing in yourself. Spend time developing your talents, developing your skills, and turn those into a job, into a living, into a career. Then it's something you'll enjoy doing for the rest of your life. You'll never have to think about retiring. I mean, because you love doing it. That's your calling. That's your purpose in life. And everybody needs to discover this. Everybody does. It would be sad to come to the end of your life and have had the calling on your life that you never fulfilled because you never invested enough time in yourself to find out what that calling really is. You need to be asking yourself at a very early age, why am I here? I know I'm here for a reason. I know God put me on this earth to do something. What is that? The way you find out what that is what are your interests? What's in your hand? What are your talents? What are your skills? What drives you? What motivates you? What is it that you really want to do? That is what you need to be doing. Hey, I hope you got something out of this. I really do. If you would comment down below and let me know your thoughts about job versus calling, I would really like to hear your perspective on these things. Remember again, folks, thank you so much for joining me. I got a lot of things percolating in the background. Thank you for the emails. Thank you, My Lord, for the coffee. Thank you for reaching out to me. You guys are the best. I love you all. I really love all of you, and I'm so glad that you're here joining me on the Trailer Trash Tim channel. Have a fantastic Tuesday. I got to go make a Costco run today. Oh, here we go. I got to pick up some stuff. I will see you guys in the morning. Take care, everybody. Go get them.